Designing Virtual Learning Objects by Edwin Garcia. Resource presentation. This virtual presentation shows the most relevant aspects that must be considered when creating virtual learning objects. Resource objectives. To mention tips to design listening activities for face-to-face environments, as well as tips to design listening activities for online language environments to improve listening skills. To mention speaking recommendations to design speaking activities for face-to-face environments and listening recommendations to design speaking activities for online language environments to enhance students' communication. Virtual Learning Object Definition. It is a digital resource that can be reused in different educational contexts. They can be courses, charts, photographs, films, videos, and documents that have clear educational objectives. Listening materials. TED Talks. This resource is a great way to encourage students to increase their comprehension and learn more about the world at the same time. Available in a variety of topics, there are over 3,100 TED Talks that will call your attention. Dictations. A great way to learn to listen and write in English at the same time is the dictation exercises. The exercise of dictations is based on listening to the words or phrases correctly pronounced and trying to write what is heard. This turns out to be a very effective way to train your ear while you learn how to write. Songs with lyrics. The lyrics of songs in English are very useful for learning new words and expressions, since they often use informal and colloquial vocabulary. They can also help you to understand spoken English in a better way. Know the IPA, International Phonetic Alphabet. If we want to learn to listen and pronounce better, one of the best ways is to learn how to use the International Phonetic Alphabet, since it classifies each of the vowel and consonant sounds. Thus, learning exactly the sound morphology of each letter and word. Speaking materials. Gargle exercises. Although it sounds funny, the gargling exercise is quite practical, as it helps you to produce sounds that you do not have in your language. This is a very used technique when it comes to learn the French guttural sounds. Vocalization exercises. Have you ever thought that, just as we warm up before starting a physical activity, so we must pamper the muscles of our face before speaking, to speak without getting tired, with more fluidity, intonation, and articulation? Look at yourself talking in the mirror. It may sound very particular, but one of the best ways to learn to speak, pronounce, and articulate correctly is to look in the mirror while you speak. This way, you will be aware of the gesticulation and the naturalness with which you should speak. Reading. Undoubtedly, one of the best exercises to learn how to speak after listening is reading, since it allows you to visualize the words, becoming familiar with words and phrases that will encode your speech. Conclusions. Virtual learning objects assist learners to solve problems or explore subject areas in different ways. Virtual learning objects allow educators to give learners access to materials they may otherwise not physically be able to access. And here we have some references that can help us to have more information about it. Thank you for your attention.